next little half an hour or so, I'm going to ask a question that I rarely ask, and that is for you to please sit on your hands and be on floor, because we're about to get underway with the Grand Parade. We invite our ringmaster, a man who has been born into the show family, brings a long legacy of knowledge and expertise here to officially salute, to signify the commencement of the Grand Parade. And of course is Mr. James Angus, riding out here, being accompanied by two of our green coats, and receiving the official salute. It's a great pleasure to welcome a gentleman I'm allowed to call a friend, and a person who has dedicated his life to the Sydney Royal Easter Show. Mr. John Bennett, OAM, President of the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales. With that salute, that signifies the commencement of the Grand Parade. And in the arena, overseeing this afternoon, we welcome our Chief Green Coats to Cliff Parker, Bob Starger, Scott Jones Ryan, Stephen Meidel, Ben Collette, Mike Rowland, Stephen Wells. We welcome our Green Coats up here in the broadcast box. It gives me great pleasure to welcome Ellen Dowds, Councillor and the from the cattle section. Ellen, great to have you here.
Thank you, Tim. It's a pleasure to be here.
And also, Emma Irene, for your first Grand Parade also.
Certainly, Tim, I could be more excited. My first Grand Parade at Sydney Royal Easter Show.
It's so wonderful to see our 10 peggers being led out into the arena by the New South Wales Mounted Police. A very special year this year. 200 years, the oldest mounted police unit anywhere in the world, as they make their way out onto the centre stage. The police extravaganza will be on here again on Monday afternoon. It has been a spectacle. We've got cars, we've got bikes, we've got a pipe band. The police musical band, which is 130 years old, New South Wales Mounted Police. And you do know, Emma, you can get paid to train if you want to be a cop here in New South Wales.
I did not know that, Tim.
There you go. Of course, Tim Penny, it'll be on a little bit later here this afternoon, and a very exciting event. Coming out here in the Whitney farm wagon, we have some very special people. It is the champions of the RAS, and we have some wonderful recipients of our champion, our agricultural community. We have Anthony Gowing. We welcome from the Alpaca community, Max Matthews. From the Arts and Crafts Committee, we welcome David King.
From the Dairy Butchers Committee, Tiffany Beer.
From the Domestic Animals Committee, Ivan Sindrick.
From the Fine Food Committee, Michael Peters.
Out of the Horse Committee, a good friend of mine, I met his daughter last night, Bill Walmsley.
From the Horticulture Committee, Michael Corderio.
Out of our Pig Committee, John Sy.
From the Poultry and Pigeon Committee, Barry Tisdale.
Out of the Sheep and Wool Committee, Ben Campbell.
And Dr. Jamie Barnes, who has been an active participant and an integral part of the veterinary program spanning 25 years.
One of the committees I want to be on, the White Committee, nominated this year as the champion of the Agricultural Society of New South Wales, Ian Kingham.
From the Cattle Committee, we have Lily Dawes.
And out of the Goat Committee, Michael Morocca.
And finally, from the Woodshop Committee, Michelle Bullock.
Well, we start to see our packers, there's a farm out there making their way in, but Councillor Ellen Downs, we start to see our dairy cattle being let out in our fancy dress. I love that this is being taken up in the cattle section.
Thank you, Tim. We've had a lot of fun with this. It's the second year we've been able to run our calf and child fancy dress competition in the cattle section, and it's been hugely popular. It's a wonderful family-oriented event for our dairy section, and a bit of fun to start a dairy program.
The dairy cattle, of course, we had the stud beef cattle on the first week. We cleaned the sheds out and start again, and now we get into the dairy judging. It's a big operation down there, because with all these dairy cows, you actually have a full working dairy.
We certainly do, and the working dairy runs throughout the entirety of the show. So it was here during beef week, but now we have an additional 450 dairy cows to add to that.
That goes through every day?
All of them are milking, but there are several hundred of them, yes, that will go through the working dairy. And some of them are busy in there at the moment and are unable to join us in the Grand Parade. So the working dairy is a wonderful place to see real life dairy cattle action.
So you grew up down on the south coast of New South Wales in general, and then you're out in the central west now. But the love of dairy cattle, it gets into the skin, doesn't it?
It certainly does. It's an intensive industry and a lot of hard work, but you can see from the enthusiasm, the the affection and the professionalism that we have at Sydney Show with our dairy cattle, the pride that the dairy industry has in being able to provide amazing fresh produce to the nation.
Emma Irene, we can see over here in front of the NG Stadium at Big Screen, domestic pets, and we heard Farmer Dave before. Well, that was some energy. I want to bottle him up and I'm going to take it away. But from the domestic pets, we've got some wonderful dogs out in our grand parade this afternoon.
We certainly do, Tim. We welcome the Hungarian Vislas, the breed originated in Hungary and used to carry messages in World War I. Consequently, they faced near extinction after the First and Second World War. The Danelaw Warland hunted, pointed and retrieving gunja, easily recognised by their sleek red coat and their ornate coats, the Hungarian Vislas. We've also got the Weimaraner and long-haired Weimaraner. The breed originated in Germany and was made for hunting animals such as deer, elk and pheasant. Recognised by their silver coat and amber eyes, see if you can spot them, ladies and gentlemen, in our domestic dog section. And we also have, of course, our pointers. So the English pointer that we used for several years to point at birds and small game like rabbits. And the breed is versatile and excelling in the showing from conformation to agility to elegance. They also make an exceptional family dog, dwellers beware, and highly active, and thrive with plenty of space to exercise and keep their energy in check. And the dogs that you see in the road today have recently become runner-up in show and runner-up into in show with the recent Pointer Club specialties.
Well, if we look over here in front of the Sutter stand, we have the beautiful horticulture pavilion, and we have a beautiful surrey that is in the main arena today, and it's been lovingly decorated by the forestry team from the Snail and Garden Pavilion. And when we see the different breeds in our dairy cattle, we saw them in the state beef cattle as well. What's the significance, or is there a different breed for a different type of milk, or is there, why would I have a Hershey or a Illawarra, why do I have different breeds?
There certainly is an element of personal preferences, but each breed has its own particular set of criteria and its individual honour to be attracted to. We are fortunate in Australia though that all of the breeds are extremely good at producing high quality milk. Different temperaments, different size animals, different colours and different peculiarities perhaps accompany each breed, but each of them can be extremely high milk producing and generally with quite good temperament.
So I can't taste the difference when I go to Woolies. You're not?
They're all delicious.
I don't think we probably take for granted, don't we, that we do have such great produce in Australia. You know, you travel around the world and we saw at one stage there was a shortage in baby powder formula, and we just don't think of that in Australia, do we? We make so much excess and export so much agriculture. It's so special to be able to have all of that on our literally back doorstep.
Oh, we are incredibly fortunate. And I think our fresh food was definitely the champion during that time. Milk amongst many of them. Our dairy farmers and our cows don't stop producing milk despite whatever may be going on in the global climate. And they do that for you twice a day, every day.
Emma Irene, if we cast our attention down here to in front of the Sydney Royal stand, we've been very lucky each day at the Grand Parade to be bringing out some of our pig competitors.
Indeed, we have our Sydney Royal champion pigs, including Spices Creek Ajax from Tamworth, the winner of the Supreme exhibit, and Spices Creek Jenny, the winner of the Supreme exhibit land race. Both are owned by a Tamworth partnership in Parks in New South Wales, and are accompanied by Kristen Tyson from the Tamworth partnership.
Well, we can see our show jumpers starting to make their way out in the middle of the arena. And boy, haven't we seen some amazing show jumping today. Of course, the big one will be the Grand Prix after lunch at 1:30 p.m. on Easter Monday. But Jamie winning Kermont, I think you all say that she has probably been our star competitor. Great to have Jamie and her family here. She's the leading Group A Section 1 horse. Tom McDermott also, but we've seen a real mix in those younger classes, and I would say that Group A Section 3 competition, every single day the Part 3 has had a new leader, and it has been absolutely electric. We're so lucky to have some of the best of the show jumpers here competing, and it's nice to see the young ladies shopping around. And Emma, what do we need to next?
Martin, just in front of the Sydney Royal stage, we have a number of our Jersey dairy cattle and we do have to ask, we see a number of young competitors in these animals in the Grand Parade. It's great to see that next generation
orientated and youth-orientated support. So we will have a competition to honour the Lords, and we will have honour children participate in our Siblings Youth Challenge, which is a testament to how excited our next generation are to remain privileged.
If we turn our attention to the alpacas, we've got some very special, you talk about the youth leading our cattle, we've got some very special people, MRRE, leading them. Of course, Noel Goodman, head of vending operations, is leading the alpacas today in the Grand Parade, and Noel is responsible for vending operations of the entire Easter show, and Melissa taking time out of her job to come here and leading the Grand Parade. Hey Mel, thank you for all you do, and she's got a busy job, but also joined us some other wonderful guests.
And so we do also have Lucy Morris, the Asset Operations Support Manager, and Kia Young, Partnerships Manager at the RAS, leading in our alpaca section today.
And of course, we couldn't talk without the kids from New South Wales Alpaca Youth Group. So there's also some llamas joining the Grand Parade, and we can see them on display in the Munro Pavilion. We were discussing their origins from Peru, as well as the differences between alpacas and llamas, as well as their production qualities. And alpacas, of course, Emma, are interesting animals that have quite an interesting history, but also their fleeces are so important in that, and that's high-end quality garments.
Certainly beautiful fleeces our alpacas have. And Tim, speaking of beautiful fleeces, just in front of the Sydney Royal stand, one of my favourite breeds is actually on display today in the Grand Parade. If you look down in front of the Sydney Royal stand, we have the champion sheep from the Valet Black Nose Rams. Now Tim, guess where the Valet Black Nose Rams are originally from?
Somewhere in South America.
You would be correct. They're actually from the Valet region of Switzerland. They are the most adorable sheep. You can see them on the big screen at the moment. They're beautiful, super tall. In fact, somewhat more similar to the Northern alpaca or Valet Black Nose sheep. The rams that we see in the parade today are a prestige stud based up in Dubbo. And Valet Black Nose sheep have had their own classes in the mid and dual purpose section this year. They took on many ribbons, including the most successful Valet Black Nose award this year's show. They're a breed of domestic sheep, of course, they originated in the Valet region of Switzerland, and they're raised for both meat and wool in the Swiss Alps. In 2021, the very first Valet Black Nose sheep was born in Australia, and the breed has continued to flourish in growing popularity ever since. They each have their own unique personality and known for their very friendly nature.
Just ask everyone to please not make too much noise in the grandstand. Please no typing. In the horse section, the show horse, you can see the beautiful Colonel A.V. Hope Best Gelding pack over 15 hands judged yesterday. It wasn't a magnificent exhibit. Congratulations to Universal Stables and Mr. Bruce Florence nomination of Legal Replica, with the runner-up going to Miss Madison Hall with I'm going to say this horse's name incorrectly, but something fancy, not definitely not fancy.
It certainly is something fancy to me. Givenchy.
Givenchy, and you'll have get it incorrect. Hey, Ellen, down in the cattle section, the dairy cattle, we've got some wonderful results that have come to hand already, and it's been wonderful to see that starting to unfold down there on the cattle horse.
We have been very fortunate today to hold our state finals for our junior dairy judging and our state final for our junior graders, and we have Riley Russell, who is the winner of our state judging final, and Kyle Meek, who won our graders state competition as well. And TV5 may just point out we actually have the Guernseys as our feature group this year, and we're also very fortunate to have the Jersey World Conference ending at Sydney show this week. So
how good's that? So the question's out notice now, which is always a worry, because I maybe stumble myself. But the Jersey World Conference, has that been going all around the world, or is it just focused here to get people from all around the world coming here?
Correct, so Australia's a showcase, so all over the world people have come from all over the world to Australia. This is the World Conference for the Jerseys, and they've been travelling around and doing all sorts of amazing things, and they're ending with the Jersey judging and Sydney show.
Well, thank you to all the international guests that have made their way here to Sydney. What an honour it is to host them here, and what a way to showcase them what we do in in Australia down under that have them here, as we say. It's interesting in milk production and dairy cattle, as you say, it's a lifelong commitment, and having grown up on a dairy farm yourself down on the south coast, the early mornings, it's 7 days a week, 365 and 366 in a leap year days in a year, you don't ever get a day off.
You certainly don't, and so it's wonderful that the general public are able to see that represented at Sydney shows. So certainly when you come down to the cattle sheds or to the working dairy, enjoy your milk and understand the work that goes into producing that wonderful product for you.
Now people can walk through the sheds, can't they? Chat to the exhibitors and talk to them. There's a lovely saying that every family needs a farmer and every farmer needs a family, and it's so important that if you're down there, you're walking through, just say thanks. It's amazing thanks for everything you do. It goes a long way.
It certainly does, and even just coming and asking questions and finding out more about it. Our exhibitors and producers love being able to educate everybody about the quality of the products that they produce. They're very welcome down at the cattle sheds and the working dairy.
Here on the showground at any one time we have up to 600 horses. We have 1,280 horses pass through the showground over the 12 days. It's amazing to see so many of them. Actually, we're at the absolute pinnacle. We've got all of our show jumpers on the ground, we've got all of our tent peggers on the ground, we've got all of our show horse competitors here. Of course, we have had our open show hunter classes. We've also had our Best Novice Hat, which was awarded to Hillview Thoroughbreds with Soccer HK. Emma, it's been very special to be part of the NG Stadium and watching all of these magnificent exhibits out here on the main arena from 8 o'clock every morning till 12 and from 1 through until 5 through.
It certainly has been a wonderful program we've witnessed in our whole section this year. You mentioned the Colonel Amy Cup just before we judged yesterday. We also judged the FL Crane Best One of the Hacker 15 hands with a thorough qualities, a very prestigious award, and we'd like to acknowledge the winner of that class was Regalia, and Mrs. Alan Kent, Mr. Rodgers, and Mr. Daniel Taylor, and our winner was SLM Enough Services by the VR show team in South Victoria.
There's a massive commitment for a council here at the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales. I don't think a lot of people realise that yourself and all your students are volunteers, and there's a lot of love and dedication that's gifted to the RAS to continue the tradition.
There certainly is, and I think you'll find there's an immense sense of pride amongst all of our officials and councillors, because we all are deeply connected and proud of what Australian agriculture and rural communities have to offer, and I think that drives all of us in being able to bring this wonderful, educational and delightfully entertaining spectacle to you all from every dimension.
It's been wonderful, and maybe it's all that we're just getting a little bit older, but there's sort of been a change with regard to the next generation. I mean, you've come through the youth program, you're a young councillor here at the Sydney Royal Easter Show, to have John Bennett as our president. We're seeing a change in regard, but the traditions of what was done by people before are being continued. We've put a modern spin on it, and that's really important. The RAS has been very good over 200 plus years of continually changing and diversifying the time.
Absolutely. We are very aware of our heritage and our responsibility in looking where we have come from, but we are also acutely aware of the need to move in technology and all the times and all of the important parts of society and agriculture, and represent that to the people also, because that's what Australia is really good at doing. And so we need to demonstrate that within the Sydney show as best we can.
Well, I think we've really got all of our horses out here. I'll keep an eye on our ringmaster. There's a history that dates right back to 1907, when we had our first ever grand parade. We had a box brownie number up to the top of the members' stand, and we stopped the parade. What we're going to do right now as a tradition. Allow you all to take a photo, and that dates right back to the original grand parade, because the photographer said, if you're all walking around, we won't be able to get a photo of all parks, so we stopped the grand parade. And our ringmaster, Mr. James Angus, looks around, gets the nod from the photographer, that we are ready to continue on again, which is the continuation. And we're talking about tradition and history, and it's nice to see in the modern era where you get out a mobile phone and you can easily take videos with people live streaming from up here before on their mobile, but we keep that tradition. It's a lovely way.
And it certainly is, and it's very special to all of us. This is such a unique event, the Grand Parade. It's also a little challenging, being usually down there, wrangling an animal, and it takes a lot for all of our exhibitors to create this spectacle for you.
It most certainly does, and we watch the dedication to bring all of these livestock out here into the arena and have them here as our cattle start to make their way out. So judging continuing right through until Tuesday?
Absolutely, we are here until the end of the show with wonderful competitions every day, and our breed competitions are coming up, so the best of the best in the milking cows will be on for you on Monday and Tuesday.
I believe we've got a celebrity milker in our hands who did very well the other day. I've seen more of it on social media than I've seen anything else.
I know, isn't it wonderful? So we talk about the future, but we also did a novelty demonstration of hand milking. And our fantastic president, Mr. John Bennett, and the chief executive, Mr. Brett Gilmore, were our winning team. They are so delighted, and a great spectacle to educate people about what we used to do to have to milk cows.
I bet no one was game enough to put a protest in this sketch.
No, but there wasn't even a chocolate milk that slipped into somebody else's jug, which will remain highly controversial.
Oh dear. Well, we can see some of our beautiful stunt beef cattle here in the parade as well. And so I'm going to get myself controlled by our Herefords and my rifles on that.
We have mixed breeds down there as a display, it's okay. We have a Simmental and we have a Hereford, so...
I was one right.
You were correct. And that's a display this week because we had 1,200 beef cattle here last week. But there is the inevitable request to see the big bulls when the people come to the carriage.
Gee, I love a Hereford. There was the people in Park, Lake Terry Snow used to run a camp draft with 500 competitors, so 1,500 runs, and every one of them was a Hereford steer. He loved the Hereford. I love seeing them there, just a beautiful stud beef cattle, and love the Herefords, always have.
They are a beautiful display here at Sydney Show too, so if you miss them, come back next year in Beef Week and you'll see a fantastic array of some of the best beef cattle in Australia.
Well, as our last of our milking cattle make their way out of the middle of so young Miss Otten down there from Bega, won the fancy dress here the other day, and her mum and dad, of course, Tom, her dad was a very good show jockey for many years, and it's great to see the Ottens dairy farmers from the south coast here. Sydney Rollers to show.
Absolutely, and we love that we get exhibitors from many states actually bring their dairy cattle back to Sydney every year. It's a wonderful competition.
It most certainly is. Emma, we went over the breed features before, but I think it would be lovely to just make a little bit more of each of our wonderful champions of the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales. It has been magnificent to have them here. There is a dedication on that lovely lead going in front of us on the stand.
I went
the Agricultural Committee is kindly carrying a well-respected, hard-working member of the Western District Exhibit team and contributed to the wool section of the district exhibits competition, and over the years has also assisted the RAS sheet section. So thank you, Henry Cowie, for your efforts here.
And from the Alpaca Committee, Max Matthews, our chairman of the RAS from the Alpaca section, travels every year from Victoria with 30 fleece and 30 animals. He has an amazing complimentary rates available genetics within Australia.
Yeah, I just said
David Fisher from the Arts and Crafts Committee champion this year dedicated himself to promoting the art of wood turning and enhancing the visibility of the Sydney Wood Turners Guide, leading the community, and particularly through his collaborative efforts with the RAS, and his efforts to ensure that wood turning is recognised as a vital part of the arts and crafts community.
Well, as the last of our dairy cattle maker, we are wishing to acknowledge our chairman of the RAS and the Dairy Produce Committee, Tiffany Beers, who has contributed to our 6th Global Cheese and Dairy Produce Show, sharing her expertise as a food technologist and her taste industry knowledge. She started as an associate judge in 2013 and has progressed to chair of judges in 2022, a role she continues to hold today. And her dedication to the RAS and strong leadership made her an invaluable asset.
We thank the champion of the Domestic Animals Committee for 2025, hired as Chittick, who is a passionate exhibitor with more than 2 decades. It dedicated much of their relied upon the officials since 2015 and has been at the forefront of the evolution of the Avery Bird show into what it is today. Ivan identified an opportunity and was instrumental in expanding the 2-day competition into a 12-day showcase.
From the fine food committee, Michael Peters has had a distinguished career in commercial cookery, owning a restaurant in the 1980s and significantly impacting the education of commercial cookery apprentices and diploma students. Michael first joined the judging panel for the chocolate competition, go back to judge that one, in 1989, and in 2012 and 2013 he lent his expertise to the regional food, now specialty food, pasta and professional bakery competitions. Since 2018 he has taken the role of chief steward, leading both large and small teams in various fine food competitions.
Well, the champion of the horse committee is Mr. Bill Walmsley, and he's been an invaluable, highly respected member of the horse section, and for over 39 years. He joined the team back in 1986, and he holds the position of official measurer, identifying and measuring the heights of over 1,200 exhibits during the show. And with his extensive experience and knowledge, Bill has assisted the Sydney Royal Horse Show measuring scheme we have recognised as the most accurate measurement available to exhibitors of their horses.
Nominated by the Horticulture Committee, Michael Cordero has been a passionate and successful dog breeding researcher for many years, and he has also been responsible for coordinating and delivering the RHS Pavilion floral installations. Over and above that, Michael also presents the Horticulture Children's Works every year.
Well, nominated by the Committee Committee, John Singh has been a champion this year, and he first exhibited at the Sydney Royal Easter Show in 1983. 41 years later, he is a judge, exhibited pigs and shows across New South Wales, Queensland and South Australia. In 2024, John returned to the Sydney Royal Easter Show, winning their Best in Breed Award, and also was the senior head for a branded award for the 2024 Sydney Royal Easter Show in the Fine Foods competition. John brought young breeders into the stud pig industry by sharing his knowledge and making good pigs available to new studs. He embodies the RAS values and is welcome as a champion of the RAS.
Nominated by the Poultry and Pitching Committee, Barry Tisdale has been a long-standing, much-valued exhibitor at the Sydney Royal Poultry Show. Hailing from Wingham, the company birds that Barry and his wife Amy exhibit are always of an exceptional standard, which is so important in, of course, lifting the overall quality of the Sydney Royal Poultry Show, ensuring that it is continually regarded as Australia's premier poultry show. Barry has additionally assisted the RAS's poultry judge on numerous occasions, and has been a mentor of many young and up-and-coming poultry exhibitors, many of which now regularly win championship awards.
Well, Ben Campbell was nominated by the Sheep and Wool Committee as their champion this year, and Ben has been an invaluable and highly respected official since he first officiated in 2011. Renowned for his dedication and willingness to go above and beyond, Ben consistently provides exceptional support to show patrons, staff, exhibitors and counsellors alike. With extensive experience in sheep farming, he represents a 5th-generation family sheep and cattle property and presently serves as the principal of the Vocus Stud Stock, and is also president of the AFFDA New South Wales and offers advice to the committee regarding the overall running of the meat dual purpose section.
Well, Tim, the Veterinary Committee wish to recognise Dr. Jamie Barnes as an active participant and integral part of the program of the Sydney Royal Easter Show, spanning over 25 years. Jamie is a very well-respected member of the veterinary team at the show, and he's working with his time and expertise in his capacity as an on-site vet, particularly in the horse section.
Nominated by the Wine Committee, Ian Kingham has been a passionate part of the RAS Sydney Royal Beer and Cider Show since 2013, starting as an associate judge and progressing to judge before becoming chair of judges in 2022.
Nominated by the Cattle Committee, Lily Dawes is the Director of Agricultural Studies and Equestrian at Scots All Saints College in Bathurst, and each year she brings a huge team of steers and students to the show. Lily is very passionate about agriculture and the education system, and her commitment and passion here at the Sydney Royal Show is also exemplary.
Michael Barocca was nominated by the GOAT Committee and began exhibiting at the Sydney Royal Easter Show as a school student and has been chief steward. He has become a qualified judge whilst judging at the Eckhart League. He met his future wife and is now a champion of the RAS thanks to the GOAT Committee.
Nominated by the Woodchop Committee, Michelle Bullock has and continues to be an integral member of the Woodchopping and Soaring competition team. Not only has she served as an official for the competition for over 10 years, but in addition, Michelle supports the committee year-round as an industry advisor. She's a key contributor in the development of the competition, particularly with the support she provides to RAS staff through in-depth assistance in key areas in the setup of the competition. Thank you very much to Michelle Bullock, nominated by the Woodchop Committee.
Well, we thank all of our champions of the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales, and the last of our horses start to make their way out. Councillor Emma Downs, it's been wonderful to have you up here. Thank you so much for joining us here in Broadcast Box.
It's my absolute pleasure, and this is one of the most amazing parts of Sydney Show. You can't miss it anymore.
It really is special, isn't it? And you know, you talk to people that all around the world with their world fairs, their show horses in England, the Calgary Stampede, and nowhere does a Grand Parade like we do here at Sydney.
Absolutely. It's incredibly special, and you've just witnessed a wonderful part of what we have to offer.
Well, good luck with the rest of the cattle judging down there, the dairy cattle. Make sure you get down there, the animal nurseries down there. We do have some of the big bulls that are from our stud beef cattle section, as well as, of course, all of those beautiful dairy cattle right through to a Tuesday afternoon. Councillor Downs, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Emma, Irene, it's been another spectacle here in the main arena, and what a privilege it has been to see it all unfold here in the main arena. You can see the polo cross, our junior polo cross players, they're playing out in the Schmidt Arena, just behind the Sydney Royal stand, and of course our Whitehawks 10 peggers to take us out of the main arena. Just getting the last of these livestock out of the arena. A big thank you to our green coats. Of course, our green coats, they play an integral part of keeping our arena safe and watching over the Grand Parade. And on the big screen right there now is the ringmaster, Mr. James Angus, who's riding Blue Ice and was first officially recognised the role of ringmaster in 1901. Typically the ringmasters, exceptional horsemen, being horse committee members for long standing. Their main task is to schedule and initiate programs of horse events and the Grand Parade. Great to have Mr. James Angus as our ringmaster for the 2025 Sydney Royal Easter Show. Well, we only have our 10 peggers and our mounted police. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, please put your hands together. We can now put a big round of applause and big thank you to our Chief Green Coach, Mr. Chris Parker.
We'd like to thank Stephen Wells,
Stephen Marshall,
Scott Jones-Ryan,
Tommy Steiger,
Ben Collette,
and Mike Rowland, and of course our ringmaster, Mr. James Angus, Emma Irene. What a wonderful Grand Parade. Thank you for being up here for this wonderful presentation.
thank you very much for having me, Tim.